Hello everybody, my name is Cameron Brown and a warm welcome to the HowToCameron channel, and for today's video I'm wearing the only shirt that I own that actually fits my arms. Like, it's crazy, but here's the issue. Look how baggy this is! Are you flipping joking me? My body proportions are just not funny. I'm tall, I've got long ass arms, big hands, broad shoulders, small dick. It all sucks. I'm single. I'm meant to be trying to attract the women. My dick is very large, guys. So shut up, please. That was a joke. Hello, everybody. My name is Cameron Brown, and a warm welcome to the HowToCameron channel. It's me here, HowToCameron, and today I wanted to talk about something quite funny. Ha ha ha! Today I'm going to be talking about another time in which I got in trouble. And this time it wasn't even my fault. So before you guys say in the comments, "Oh Cameron, you just misbehave all the time. You must be so naughty to get all these punishments," you are wrong. Because I got punished for pretty much doing nothing wrong. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. Obviously I made a lot of videos talking about ways that I've got in trouble at school in the past. And the main reason why is because they are the most notable stories I have. But regardless of that, don't criticize me for making too many of these similar videos. Thank you very much. Smash like if you enjoy this story video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new today. God flipping damn it. And without further ado, let's jump into this. Let me take you back to the night we met. I love to listen to this song when I want to be depressed. 'Cause I'm lonely and I realized how amazing my life could have been. Now I'm actually having a mental breakdown. On a real note, I'm going to take you guys back to year 7. That was a long time ago. That's kind of scary. 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I got put in withdrawal. Why? Racism. That's why. I am against all races except for the green races. I love green people like me, and that's true. So, you know, back in 2013, I think it was, I was a pretty quiet individual. You know, I didn't have many friends, and I didn't really fit well into secondary school. And because of that, I really wanted to make friends. And I started hanging around with this friendship group. Now, it happened that the friendship group I was hanging around with, the people were brown. Now, I want to mention first, straight off the bat, I fit in with these people extremely well. The people who I was talking to, the people who I was hanging around with, I had a lot of common interests with. So for me, back in year 7, I wanted to make like a gaming website in which we could play online flash games at school. Mostly because lots of gaming websites at school were blocked. And there were some websites that tried to like unblock the games for you, but they just used like HTML, so the games were still being hosted on the original sites that were blocked, hence you can't play the game. But I was different. I downloaded the games and uploaded them to my official website in which people could play them, so people could play them at school. So I put so much effort into the flipping website. I think it was called FunCube, or something flipping ridiculous like that. And people really enjoyed it. People really did. But then the website got taken down. I remember, you know, there was one time where like there was a room full of 12 computers and everyone was on the website, and I was just thinking to myself, wow, I've done something well with my life. I remember in the library, everyone was on the website in the library, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then the goddamn computer technicians, aka the biggest losers alive, the people who take themselves way too seriously just because they have the power of the computer system, they took the website down. And since that happened, I was very sorry about it. So every time someone else found a new website in which you could play games unblocked at school, I was quick to tell the staff about the website so they could block it. So pretty much I was a grass and a cunt. But really much, I hung around this guy mostly who was brown, which doesn't really make a difference. I just want to clarify this. I'm not actually a racist at all. I'm literally the most accepting person. I'm not even lying or anything. Like, genuinely to me, skin color means absolutely nothing. I hung around with this guy and he helped me with my website. I mean, he really didn't. We wanted to make a gaming website, as I mentioned before. And, you know, he didn't really do anything with the website. Like, he barely actually worked on it. But I just liked the idea of just having a website in which I was working on with one of my friends. And that's something I really liked, even though he did very, very little work. I hung around a lot with this guy, and I only had him as my friend. I only had one friend. It's funny because he follows me on Instagram now, and he'll probably watch this video thinking about it. I actually really like the guy. There's nothing wrong with him. He was a really genuine, nice guy to me. Probably one of the best people in my life. He never made jokes about me. He was a very honest dude. And because I was hanging around with him so much, I hung around with some of his friends. His friends were all brown, and that's not a bad thing at all. I never thought it was a bad thing, but I got really, really conscious of not fitting in almost. And I know a lot of people are going to be quick to go, wow, Cameron, that's so stupid and so idiotic. I was in year 7. All the way up until year 7, I was only friends with white people all the way up to year 7, just because there wasn't any other people who were of different colour. Okay, that's just the fact of the matter. So obviously I wasn't really used to, like, society, and I presume that people would think I'm weird if I only had friends who weren't white. Like, I thought that people would see that as weird. And you know what? I'm not wrong, okay? I'm not wrong at all. That is something that actually happens, and that's not my fault. But generally speaking, if you're a white guy and you hang out with only brown people or only black people, whatever, people are going to notice that. And people will make jokes out of you. Like, for example, with Eminem. Guys, I can relate with Eminem on this one. I remember that. Someone took that out of context and thought that, you know, I could relate with how Eminem was a super rapper growing up with a terrible childhood. That wasn't even my point, flipping heck. On a real note, people were quick to make fun of Eminem for trying to fit in with black culture and black people, when actually he wasn't. He was just friends with people who were predominantly black, which doesn't matter at all. Technically, them pointing it out and making a big deal out of it is more racist than, I don't know, him caring about people seeing him in that way. I had a conversation to him about it, and it went along the lines of, oh my god, I think it's just a bit weird how all of the people who I hang around with are always brown. And I said that people may make fun of me for that. And obviously that's not something that's right to say. And obviously I don't stand by that. Right now, if I was only friends with brown people now, I wouldn't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. I probably wouldn't even notice that. I was talking with more than one guy. I was talking to some of his friends, I believe. I don't remember perfectly, outside of school. And, you know, they heard it. They didn't get outraged by it. No one told me to stop. No one snapped me out of it. No one said to me, oh, you said this incorrectly. You shouldn't have said that. Instead, they just let me speak totally, and then they reported it to the head of house. I was pretty much interviewed, and I was treated as a racist by the school. And it went from, oh, yeah, you were racist, to you said the N-word. I am not f***ing joking you. I was accused for using the N-word even though I didn't. And still to this day, so many people think that I actually got put in withdrawal because I said the N-word. Firstly, I never said the N-word. A lot of people will probably call me a soy boy for saying this, but I hate the word and I would never use it. Especially not in a derogatory manner. I remember I was in a room with the head of house, a big deal, not the head teacher, one below the head teacher pretty much. And she was getting angry at me. She was like, it's 2014. Racism ended years ago. It's not the 1950s. You can't be like this to flipping people of colour. This is so offensive. And I was literally thinking to myself, as a kid, what have I done wrong? Because when I was a kid, when I was in year 7, I didn't really understand the concept of racism. I didn't understand that what I actually said about my friends at the time, I thought that that was fine to say. Obviously now, and after that incident, you know, in year 8, year 9, year 10, I understood that that was unfair to say and completely stupid. And pretty much I was being interrogated about something I didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about racism. And she literally was saying to me, admit that you've done this. Admit that you said the N-word. And I'm thinking to myself, what is the N-word? I've never heard of it before. I don't know what you're on about. And under all this pressure, I just agreed to it. I was like, yeah, I said that. Just because I wanted to get out of trouble. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was in year 7 for fuck's sakes, you know. Just saying, you know. On a real note, though, what happened is all these people were accusing me for being racist, and then I was put in withdrawal. Here's the thing, though. I never said the N-word. All I did was directly say to someone who's brown, I was like, in a worried sense, I was thinking to myself, I just don't really want people to think I'm weird for only hanging around with brown people. Which, I know that this is going to sound bad, but that is something that some white people are criticised for. And it's not right for them to be criticised for that, saying, for me, skin colour means nothing. At that time, I was in year 7, I didn't know much about racism and whatever. And it just didn't make sense to me on top of that, looking back at it now, because the guy wasn't black. You know, he wasn't African American or anything. It didn't make any sense. Like, even if I use that word as a horrible term, you know, the hard R version of the word, that still wouldn't even have made sense. So it just proves more that I didn't know what I was saying. In summary, I'm not a racist, guys. Could you believe it? If you still think I'm racist, I dated a girl who was not white. So shut up. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Smash like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new today. And I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.